Since I've been getting comments and DMs on how I've been making beats on the emulator, today I'm going to show you how. You already know how we do it. It's your boy 215 Got Beats, aka Streets, aka you already know this. What we got in hand today is the Anbernic RG Cube, which is not one of the newer models, but it's still, to this day, one of my favorite to-go-to models.
To this day!
Just have fun and play games on. But we're actually going to make beats on it today. Not only are we making beats on the emulator today, but we are going to be making beats on the emulator with a Bluetooth MIDI device, specifically the Noise Machine 2 by This.is.NOISE Inc. Bada bing. For those who don't know about Noise Inc., the Noise Machine Volume 1 and 2 is basically meant for Bluetooth MIDI device. You can Bluetooth it to PC, Mac, Android device, anything that can basically Bluetooth pair, and then basically you can MIDI off of it, and you can go in Ableton, you can go in Logic, Koala Sampler, whatever you name it, and basically use each button and use the knobs to, control your beat making process. For those who don't know about the Koala Sampler app, it speaks for itself. It's an app created by Elf Audio for Android and Apple, where you can basically, it's another new world for samplers like us to enjoy, making beats and sampling any other sounds that we want to sample. You can insert your own kits, you can take screen recordings, videos, etc. Basically, and put them in the sampler, make beats, has 4 different drum banks, 64 pads to choose from, different effects, and everything to choose from. So, let's get into how we are going to use the Noise Machine and make beats with this. So I already inserted a couple of samples. Prior to doing the video, I already inserted a couple samples from Bluff God's Bluff Loves Japan kit. And we're going to basically, show you how we're going to, use these and put them together, make a beat, and so forth. First thing you want to do is make sure your Noise Machine is charged. Turn it on. Sometimes you got to hold the button like this to turn it on. There it is. Once you see that, when it's light and green, that's how you know it's basically working. But let's connect it to the emulator. Since the Anbernic RG Cube is an Android-based device, it is Bluetooth enabled. So that's how we're able to even connect the MV2 in the first place. So, First thing you want to do is hit the 3-bar section right here. Go to settings. And what we're going to do, we're already in the MIDI section. So you're going to go to connect. Sometimes Bluetooth MIDI devices, it takes a second to scan. So we have the device turned on. The scan right there. It says connect. Now that we're connected, and I'm going to show this on a tutorial just for safety purposes because mine is already mapped out. But before you use any device to start making beats, you want to map your MIDI correctly. I'm pretty sure a lot of producers say this on all their tutorials. So as you can already see, each pad is programmed to one of these different buttons right here. So for example, if I wanted to program a button, we'll hit this one right here. See that? See how it's red? Now, when you hit the button, watch what happens. Once you hit the button and the red is off, that basically shows that that pad is basically working for there. And you can do that for every pad. There are 18 pads on this device, so you can go up to basically 18 pads. Now let's see if it works. All right, let's hear it all together. And as you can see, it works. So now let's put something together. So now it's time for us to just add some drums. For the sake of this video, I'm just gonna find some quick random drums, and then I'm gonna replace them later on after the tutorial, just to show you guys how to do this. All right, now that we got some drums in, let's see where they go. Now, for those who might get excited and might want to do this right after they see the video, I'm going to give you a little hint on how do you change the notes. So you see that right there right now. We're going to hit this piano, and then we're going to pick the sound. Now, basically, this is the grid version of it. They have a key version as well if you want to use the keys to make it easier. But this is basically all the different notes. So I'll show you by example. See? That's just from one. That's the regular. So you basically get the point of that gist of changing the notes, seeing where the buttons go and all that. Now let's actually put a little rhythm together. There we have it. That's just a little something that we did with the Noise Inc. Noise Machine 2. You feel me? So, and I'm pretty sure you guys are wondering, what are these knobs for? You want to know what the knobs are for? Like, follow, subscribe, and tune in for part 2 coming very soon. Because we got a lot more to show you on making beats on the emulator with a Bluetooth MIDI device with the Noise Machine 2.